Welcome back to the channel, Soap family. Today is Thursday, a beautiful day to unpack some of the most explosive daytime drama we have ever seen. Grab your coffee and let's go. The screen fades to black, a gunshot rings out in the distance, and the entire landscape of Port Charles shatters into a million irreparable pieces. The WSB's darkest secrets are bleeding into the streets, and the impossible choices facing our favorite characters have never been more lethal. The momentum has shifted so violently that nobody is safe anymore. I just finished reading the latest spoiler reports from Soap Opera Network, and I am shaking. Are you guys seeing this news? Chris McKenna is out. They are killing off Jack Brennan this fall. A deadly exit. Dead. I am so frustrated, so heartbroken, and yet so ridiculously hyped for the sheer drama of it all that I don't even know what to do with myself. And I know some people are loving this. I see you guys in the forums and group chats saying Brennan had it coming, that he's a toxic villain, that he played with fire for way too long. But personally, I am absolutely gutted. I've been watching this show religiously since 2015, and this is quite possibly the most frustrating casting shakeup they've pulled in years. Because Chris McKenna took a role that was already established and completely elevated it to a whole new level. Remember when Charles Mescher abruptly exited and they brought McKenna in as a recast back in February 2025? Yeah, didn't work for a lot of people at first. Recasts are always a massive gamble. We all remember when they tried this with other legacy characters, and it completely flatlined. But McKenna? He stepped into Jack Brennan's expensive, tailored shoes and made the role entirely his own. He brought this smooth, dangerous, magnetic charm that you just couldn't look away from. Let's just talk about the actual storyline for a second, because the sheer volume of chaos Brennan has been involved in is staggering. The man has been the absolute epicenter of the WSB drama in Port Charles. The whole Ross Cullum nightmare? Brennan was right there pulling strings. But the absolute peak of Jack Brennan's run was the fake stroke. Can we talk about the fake stroke? I mean, the absolute audacity to fake locked-in syndrome at Turning Woods just to manipulate everyone around him and avoid Steinmauer. It was brilliant, top-tier soap opera television. We all watched him laying there, supposedly paralyzed, while Nina Reeves and Willow Kane were frantically trying to figure out their Drew Kane problem right in front of him. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. The contrast between Brennan faking his paralysis and Drew Kane actually being drugged by Willow with Jen Sidwell's paralytics? That was poetic cinema. Brennan was playing the system like a grandmaster, while Willow was slowly becoming a monster. And Brennan just sat back, collected his leverage, and waited for the perfect moment to strike. He struck a deal with Willow to find dirt on Drew. He was supposed to be the ultimate fixer. He was the guy who could make federal charges disappear and uncover misappropriated funds with a single phone call. And now he's just gonna die? It feels like such a waste of incredible potential. But what really gets me, what genuinely makes me want to throw my remote at the television screen, is Nina. Nina Reeves finally gets a dynamic that is pure fire, and the writers are gonna snatch it away from her. I'm sorry, but the chemistry between Chris McKenna and Cynthia Watros has been entirely off the charts. From the tense, whispered conversations at the Metro Court pool to that steamy moment where she called him a disgusting pig, and then they immediately hit the sheets while desperately searching Windermere for the black box. I was screaming. I literally jumped off my couch. They were inching toward a genuine, messy, passionate romance. Brennan was becoming Nina's confidant. He was the one guy who saw all her neurotic, insecure, manipulative flaws and just smirked that dangerous WSB smirk, because he matched her free. And now she's gonna lose him to a grisly murder? Haven't we tortured Nina enough on this show? She lost her daughter, she lost her marriage to Sonny, and now she's going to lose her bad boy spy toy, just as things were getting good. I kinda hate it, but I kinda love the tragic drama of it. No, wait, I definitely hate it. I want them to be a power couple. And speaking of secrets, can we just pause and acknowledge how unbelievably messy the whole black box situation is right now? Nina stepped away for 2 seconds at Windermere, and a mysterious gloved figure stole the box containing all the blackmail evidence. Then it ends up hidden in plain sight in Valentine Cassidy's kitchen, and Carly Spencer, of all people, trips over it. It is literally like a game of hot potato with federal treason. Brennan's entire life's work, his ultimate leverage, just bouncing around Port Charles from one enemy to the next. No wonder he's going to end up dead. He lost control of his own narrative and his own insurance policy. When a spy loses his leverage, he loses his life. That is soap opera rule number 1. So, if Brennan is taking his final bow this autumn, we have to talk about who pulls the trigger, or plunges the knife, or pushes him off the Windermere parapet. Because the suspect list is longer than the line at Bobby's on a Sunday morning, let's look at the facts. Suspect number 1 has to be Drew Kane. Drew has rapidly regained his speech and mobility as his tolerance to the paralytic built up. His first word was Willow, and he spit it out with pure, unadulterated venom. He is currently plotting a scorched earth revenge tour against Willow and the entire Quartermain family. Brennan has been actively conspiring with Willow to secure blackmail evidence against Drew. If Drew finds out that Jack Brennan was the one helping his ex-wife keep him paralyzed and silenced, Drew is going to absolutely snap. We've seen Drew act completely unhinged lately, aggressively taking control of Scout, tormenting Alexis Davis, and threatening Brooke Lynn. I wouldn't put it past Drew for a single second to permanently silence the WSB agent who tried to ruin his life. Suspect number 2, Valentine Cassadine. Am I the only one who thinks Valentine is a prime candidate for this murder? Valentine currently possesses Brennan's missing black box. Valentine originally thought it belonged to Ross Cullum, but it's Brennan's. And Brennan has been a massive thorn in Valentine's side for months. Brennan warned Carly that Valentine would always choose Anna Devon over her. Brennan is playing psychological mind game. Valentine is currently trying to protect his fragile romance with Carly and his hard-won freedom from WSB head Z. If Brennan threatens that delicate balance or tries to take back his leverage by force, Valentine will eliminate him without a second thought. We know Valentine has a body count. He doesn't hesitate when his family or his freedom is on the line. Okay, put your tinfoil hats on with me for a second because this is my absolute favorite theory. Suspect number 3, Dr. Tristan Roberts. We just had Dean Geyer debut as Tristan, the new cardiac surgeon at GH, who infuriated Britt Westbourne by renting her old room. And we know Tristan is secretly a WSB operative. But the rumors, oh my god, the rumors. Fans have been buzzing for weeks that Tristan might actually be Jack Brennan's secret son. Imagine the dark, Shakespearean tragedy of that storyline. Tristan pushing back against Brennan's authority in the hospital office, insisting he'll only report when he has something to report. What if their toxic father-son dynamic turns lethal? What if Tristan is ordered by Z to take out a rogue agent, and he has to assassinate his own father to prove his loyalty to the Bureau? That would be daytime Emmy material right there. I would be glued to my screen. Suspect number 4, Willow Kane. I know, she's a congresswoman and she plays a sweet innocent victim. But Willow has gone completely dark lately. She drugged her own husband Drew to keep him locked in his own body. She is in a vicious, muddy custody battle with Michael. She is being framed by Brooke Lynn for Jordan Ashford's hit-and-run crash. Willow is backed into a terrifying corner with no way out. If Brennan pushes her too hard, or if he threatens to expose her massive crimes because she can't deliver on her end of their shady deals, could Willow be the one to end him? Could she shoot him in a moment of sheer panic? It would fully cement her villain era, and honestly, I am here for Dark Willow. And we really can't forget the agency itself. The WSB is currently cleaning house in Port Charles. Z is taking no prisoners. Ross Cullum is dead, shot by Rocco Falconeri, and covered up by Jason, which is a whole other explosive mess that is about to blow up in everyone's faces. Cassius Faison's fake Nathan West act is completely over, and he is operating as a ghost. The WSB is aggressively tying up loose ends. Brennan might just be a casualty of a larger geopolitical war playing out on the docks. When you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and Brennan's sword has been exceptionally sharp. I am typing this and my heart is legitimately racing. I just don't want to say goodbye to Chris McKenna on my screen every day. He brought this incredible heavy gravitas to every single scene. When he warned Anna Devane to back off the Cullum investigation, absolute chills. When he manipulated Carly at the hospital, planting those seeds of doubt, perfection. When he was trapped in that bed at Turning Woods, nearly dying from Cullum's poisonous gas attack until Nina saved him, I was on the edge of my seat. He is the connective tissue for so many massive storylines right now. Taking him off the board is going to leave a massive vacuum in the show's pacing and dynamic. I know some of you are probably typing in the comments right now that Brennan's exit opens the door for other characters. Maybe his death gives Nina a reason to completely spiral and reunite with Valentine. Maybe it pushes Willow further over the edge and into a mental breakdown. Maybe it forces Jason to investigate the murder, pulling him back into the danger he just swore he was leaving behind for Danny's sake. I see your points. I really do. The ripple effects of a murder mystery are always fun. But I am just going to miss that snarky, dangerous, unpredictable energy that McKenna brought to the canvas. The fall sweeps are going to be absolutely insane, guys. We have Jason back and fundamentally changed, ghosting Britt Westbourne and officially leaving the mob. We have Anna Devane hallucinating Peter August and going completely rogue as police commissioner. We have the deception corporate war heating up with Serena Baldwin returning to fight Michael and Tracy. And now, a massive, bloody murder mystery with Jack Brennan at the dead center of it all. Poor Charles is going to be bathed in blood, lies, and secrets this autumn, and I am strapping in for the ride. Let me just vent for another second about how they handle WSB agents on this show historically. Every time we get a genuinely interesting one, they either turn out to be a double agent, a complete psychopath, or they get killed off just as we start rooting for them. Why can't we just have a morally gray spy who sticks around and causes trouble without ending up in a body bag at the morgue? It is exhausting to invest your emotions into these arcs. But I guess that is the soap life we chose. You invest in these characters, you watch them scheme and flirt and manipulate their way into your heart, and then bam, Soap Opera Network drops the spoiler that they are getting written out permanently. It hurts, but it's the pain we keep coming back for. Brennan's death is going to shake the foundation of the PCPD, the WSB, and the criminal underworld. The fallout is going to be epic. I am going to be watching his final scene. Every single look, every subtle line delivery. McKenna is going to act the absolute hell out of this exit storyline. I just pray that the writers give him a worthy sentence. Please, GH writers, do not just have him shot in a dark alley by some random nameless goon. Give him a dramatic, high-stakes, cinematic showdown. Let him go out protecting Nina, or in a massive fiery standoff with Drew or Valentine or Z. Let his death mean something. If you are going to kill off Jack Brennan, you better make it legendary. Who do you think will ultimately pull the trigger on Jack Brennan, and will they get away with it? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe.